Namaste and good morning. Or retail, that's what we've been talking. I want to deviate and I want to talk about aeroplanes. And I will tell you why. In our kind of businesses, we work in short cycles. We order things, everything happens within a week, the sales happen within a week, and the growth or not growth all gets known. But when it is aeroplanes, the demand planning and the ordering and the risk taking goes to years. From when you order if you're an airline operator, from when you order the plane to when it is delivered, it is years together. Therefore, if I have to learn about the short-term potential of a market, I talk to people like all of us in this room. When I want to talk about the long-term, real, concrete trends, then I talk to people like the aeroplane guys. And what is the fact for India? Fact is, in the entire world, the highest number of new aeroplane orders are placed by each one of the top 3 airline operators operating in India. The number of airports being built here and the density being built in India is today the most action-packed place in the world. What does this say? It says that people who are really planning long-term demand are very, very confident and bullish, and they are putting their money on the table to take 5-year, 7-year bets on a market called India. Sometimes in our work that we do, we live these cycles, but we miss this 5-year and 7-year perspective. This is happening every day in our business. 7, 8 years back, when we started at Smart Bazaar, when we started working with a strange fruit coming from a strange part of the world called kiwi fruit, our customers did not know anything about it. They didn't know how to handle. It was an ugly looking thing. It was a strange looking thing. But we shared the conviction that Indian customer would be ready for it. The novelty is important. The new expressions of new income are important. We didn't know how to sell it. India mein fruits are sold by either dozen or by kilos. Nobody would buy a dozen of kiwi fruits or half a dozen of kiwi fruits. So we started selling kiwi fruits the way we were selling Kinder Joy, chocolate, 1 piece at a time. And continuously presenting it to our customers as being at it. That was 7, 8 years back. Today, kiwi fruit is available at any cart on India streets. That is the aeroplane kind of span trend. That is the surety. In the last 7 years, almonds and cashews that we sell in our stores have grown more than 10 times, not percentage, 10 times. That is about 2.5 or 3 times our overall sale growing. So our per store sale of dry fruits, per store sale of dry fruits in the same catchment, same population that we are serving, has more than doubled or tripled. That is also a trend. And it's a thing we see, it's a thing all of us see every day when we are selling more detergent liquids, when we find that in biscuits sometimes, in some months, now for us as modern trade has become 10 months out of 12 months that cookies and digestives sell more than the basic biscuits of glucose and Marie. So this increase in both quantity and premiumness of consumption is a long-term trend that exists. Whether we service it from stores, whether we service it with home delivery का नया नाम है e-commerce and quick commerce. The same thing that happened 20 years back. Does not matter. But overall, the Indian consumer is buying more, their incomes are higher, they are buying more as a long-term trend, as a 5-year and 7-year trend. And that is what we should always have in mind while we sort out of things of the kind that we discussed here over the last 1 hour. With rising incomes, not just the consumption that changes, but also the way in which and the service expectations change. Half of all grocery always was bought home delivered, even 25 years back. All kirana stores delivered home. That was the case. Today it's being done by other people. Today it's being done by other means. Digital platforms have also changed in the last 6-7 years. You know our per capita data consumption has gone up 20 times. So therefore, along with that, the means, the ways in which people want to talk to retailers, the ways in which they want the service, that also changes. But in the end, these are just channels. As long as on the consumption side, the news is good, the pie is growing, how we slice it and how we service it comes after that. And I don't talk of e-commerce and quick commerce as the other. That is an opportunity that is available because it is servicing the same customer that I'm servicing today. Part of the demand which does not come to the store is fulfilled by other means. And those means are available to everyone. Sometimes it's funny how we don't understand our strengths and don't build on it. I laugh when, some of the quick commerce leaders, people who are creating this business from scratch, when I meet them and when we talk to them and they say, we don't know the simple things that you guys do in your sleep. We don't understand category management. हम तो delivery boys हैं, भाग रहे हैं. Our teams don't understand the consumption ratio between staples and F&B and dairy and home and personal care the way you guys do. And we just find that all purchases from our platform are very, very lopsided and mixed up. We don't know how a customer settles down with her neighborhood store or with the supermarket of choice. Their worry is the customer is showing no behavior of settling down. In the long run, what happens is only when the customer settles down with a medium is real money made. They understand, unko samajhta hai. And they envy people who know this. It's for us to do the other part, which is to say, how do I be more alert? How do I be more responsive? How do I be more digital? And how do I say that just the way we said, some of us as retailers, we learned that accepting payments by credit cards few years back, while it added a cost, it also ensured that the relatively better off customer, jo zyada kharidta tha, that customer came to us. And in the end, we ended up gaining. But wo cost ko absorb karna, that we had to learn to modernize and travel with that. In the same manner, if we look at delivery in this way, that if I don't do delivery, if I don't do delivery that is digitally enabled, then the customer will go elsewhere. This is a way of keeping the customer with me. Then the ability to handle that extra servicing cost, etc., will come easier to us. But in the end, if you don't have the long-term faith in the fact that with rising incomes, people are not going to merely fly more on airplanes. With rising incomes, they're going to have everyday expressions. They're going to eat more fruits. They're going to eat more better brands. They're going to premiumize everything that they're consuming. That faith is important because that's the core of why we as both brands, consumer brands, and as retailers will continue to do independent of what channel we all learn to use and succeed with. So I just thought I will share this and keep in mind, keep an eye on the longer term consumption increase trends. Because I know for sure, for a store of ours, which is 15-year-old, for its same store growth, if I'm smart about, if I know about premiumization, if I know about new categories, I don't need any new consumers. The same consumers are buying more, same consumers are, if you go from atta to quinoa, if you go from plain rice to brown rice, for the same hunger, you are paying more money. The sales turnover goes up. So if you believe in premiumization, if you believe in increasing consumption, this is a lovely market to be in, and we should all keep learning on newer and newer ways of servicing. This is a unique customer. For our income levels, we are probably digitally most literate people on earth now. So the digital way will not leave any part of our lives unaffected. So if we embrace it as a tool, if we embrace it as a mainstream way of doing things, the bigger picture of consumption increase, and those of us like some of us, and the aeroplane guys example that those who have dealt and observed what happened in a market called China 10 years back, know that abhi to party shuru hui hai. Thank you.